All right, everybody, welcome to Slap Son. We got some light in the building today, yeah, coming from the window over here. Good to see you. Glad you're tuning in. This week we have a monster episode. Okay, we've got Keali'i Kanekoa, the chief. We've got Gianni, the beast Huerta. We've got Tyler, the Northman Grossman. We're not done. We've got Sean, infamous Kilmartin. And then to wrap things up, we've got Jackie, the hybrid Cataline. Monster episode. So much to cover. We're actually going to we're going to splice these interviews up individually as well and post them. But for this week, we're going to drop the episode, just the full thing with all of these amazing human beings. And I hope you enjoy it. I sure did. It's going to be a big week, everybody. Fight week, Saudi Arabia. Let's go. Hope you enjoy it.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. On gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king.
Slap Son, baby!
All is well. Having
Yeah,
a great
it is,
day.
man. Yeah, having a great day. All right, man, let's get into it. All right, everybody. Welcome to Slap Son. We got the man in the building. He returns. He's stronger. He's faster. He's coming for blood, son. We got Keali'i Kanekoa, the chief. My guy. Oh, dude. I've been talking about this all night long. We had a few scheduled, right? And then life happened. But here we are, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely, bro.
Dude, so, I was speaking with Brandon just the other day. And he recognizes the fact that you took his spot. You know what I mean? The rankings. And how are we preparing? Yeah. How's the mentality? What's going on, dude? It's coming up soon.
I mean, the mentality is always going to be kill mode. That's just how it is. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be against Brandon. It has to. And my bad, bro. I didn't even know that I took his fucking spot. But I just looked at the old rankings the other night. And I was like, oh, shit, I really did take Brandon's spot. So, I mean, my bad in advance, but someone has to do it, It's unfortunate, but Brandon is a really cool guy, and I look forward to this match.
No, he seems pretty laid back, pretty chill, you know what I mean? But as we know, in this game, it doesn't really matter until you get up to that podium.
Yes.
I wanted to say one more thing that struck me from that interview and ask you the same is, he really has this mentality, man, that either you or him is going to sleep. It's only going to be one slap and it's done. Do you have that same mentality going in, that it's either going to be him or you going to sleep?
I always do. It's going to be that way, regardless of the opponent. But yeah, it's going to have to be one of us that's going to sleep, and I mean, it's not going to be me. That's for sure. I know that I didn't know that, the coin toss was given until I saw someone's post, and I was like, oh shit, I guess our team is favorite, or not the red team specifically, just someone with higher ranking is favorite no matter what. And then, I mean, I'm not too sure if I'm supposed to put that out there, but I guess it's out there. So I won the coin toss, and it's not gonna, the same thing that I always manifest in life is that I'm always going to strike on one. That's my thing, that lean on one, measure on one, and it's one and done always. So unfortunately, things did not go my way in Abu Dhabi, but it's okay. Hopefully we'll get that rematch with Darren pretty soon.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny. I from, outsider looking in, I expected that rematch at this card.
I did too.
But you know what? You're both on it. So maybe this is the natural buildup to what could come in, possibly, Vegas or something, which would be cool.
Vegas, baby. I know. I can't wait to Vegas.
Dude, Vegas is gonna be crazy. If you could make it out, that'd be amazing, man. We got the same setup as last time, so we'll have people come in and that. So yeah, that'd be cool if you could make it out either way.
Nice.
So with the you know what? Actually, I wanted to ask you, man. I was joking a little bit a few months back about, if you're moving to Abu Dhabi, and you actually responded that you were. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I move in June.
Yo.
I mean, not Abu Dhabi, but Dubai. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's great, and it's going to be a transition for sure. just being there. I mean, I have some friends there, and thank God I do. But at the same time, it's like it's totally new for me. You know, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone in order to try something different. You know, and it's great for me to build my brand and just meeting other people and just network. So that's what I appreciate the most of Dubai.
Yeah, no, I was telling you before, I love watching your stories because they're like so inspirational and so like motivating and so positive. And but a lot of them were kind of around Dubai, and so I think that honestly, dude, it feels like you kind of just fit in that culture. You know what I'm
I
saying?
I hope so. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that are moving from America to Dubai, which is a great thing. Don't get me wrong, but I just hope it just doesn't get too crowded to the point where I'm kind of over it. You know, like I'm an island boy at heart, no matter what. But I enjoy the intensity of the city life, and the energy there. But if it gets too crowded, then I'm gonna have to eventually move to Abu Dhabi. You know, that's the next place.
Yeah, dude, I love that. Is the sport recognized more over there? Do you think in the Middle East than as far as stateside?
I believe all sports are, you know, from
Really?
soccer to fighting. With powerslap being on the rise right now, definitely, that's going to be, you know, the new outlook for everyone that's living in the Emirates and Abu Dhabi and stuff, but even Saudi Arabia too. So there's a lot of, you know, built up around powerslap, and just the overall with every single sport globally. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, yeah. You see them investing in everything. UFC obviously, but boxing and all that kind of stuff. So I would agree, man. I think all sports are kind of gravitating towards a city that maybe they had some prejudgment against.
Yeah.
Growing up, all you ever hear about the Middle East, at least for me, is just like the negativity.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because we become, we're in the slap game. They show the city, they show the landscape, but it's like, dude, no, it's like clean and like beautiful and thriving. And I
Yeah.
think that's helping other people change their opinion of those types of cities as well, is
I
power
agree.
slap, ironically.
I agree. Absolutely.
Dude. So preparing for this fight coming up, um, you just said it. It's always going to be on one, measure on one, do that lean.
Yeah.
Do you, when it comes to the practice and the technique of the sport, do you just visualize? Do you act out the slap? What's more important? Because the sport is so specific, right? It's so like, this is my job. Is it more
Mm.
important to visualize what you're going to do, or is the actual physical practicing more important?
Well, the practice is always it's always come down to the practice, because you need to adjust to, you know, the rule sets, your body mechanics and all that. But for me, you know, I have the body mechanics. I've been training. I am a personal trainer. You know, I know everything about my body, inside and out. So for me right now, it's just the mental. The mental is just putting your mind into a place where you're not distracted by others. You know, and you're protecting your energy as much as possible. I learned from my last match against Darren was that I was just being way too giving. You know, I was giving people my time. I was giving people, you know, the time that I needed to protect my own energy and just focus on myself. So going into this match now, it's definitely more of 80% mental than it is physical.
That's fascinating, man. So from learning from your last match, it was kind of like, you didn't make it, you need to make it more about you and not worry about the outside distractions.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's great. And do you feel you're accomplishing that for this round?
Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes sometimes I step into the part where I just want to give everyone an exciting, you know, build up towards the match and all that, which is great, because that's what we're here for. We want to entertain, right? We're a bunch of entertainers, just being, you know, gladiators at the end of the day, and everyone's just tuning in for the action. But I realized that me doing that, I need to step back away from the entertainment part. I need to focus more on the spiritual part. I need to focus more on just honing my craft and protecting my energy. So as much as I can do that, then it benefits the overall, the match, you know, my well-being, the people around me, my judgment of people around me, and all that kind of stuff. So
Have you
that's just me.
felt? No, I, and actually I can validate that because, like I said, I've been following you, just your journey from once we met originally through this last match to the one coming up, just through Instagram, social media. So I can validate that it seems like you're doing that as well. Um, do you think that it's not the match that maybe people were anticipating, right? It's some meeting in Godfrey, and we got Rhodes this time. Do you feel like if you get the W going down, is the goal to jump up those rankings? Is the goal to fight sooner? Like, what's the whole mentality of it goes your way and what's next?
Well, like I said, unfortunately, it has to be Brandon Rhodes. But yeah, whoever's in front of me, it doesn't matter who it is. I'm definitely climbing the ranks, and my goal is Isaiah. It's either Isaiah or the Butcher. It doesn't matter who it is. I mean, I would love to see the Butcher, claiming that title and me and him going against it. And that would be a great match for sure. But with Isaiah, we have a lot of built up behind the scenes. Me and him go back and forth all the time, on social media. We're talking shit to each other. I'm living rent free in this guy's head all the time. So, there's a lot of things that's being built up between me and the fake champion right now. You know what I'm saying? But, Isaiah's got a target in his back, and I'm not going to be that person that's going to be a quick, like chase to the title. If I have to earn my recognition throughout the ranking system, then I'll do so. And I have to take out every single person in order to get that title. So it doesn't matter to me. If it's a quick journey, I'm happy with it. If it's a slow journey, I'm okay with it. I'm still grateful.
Yeah, and what's been good for the sport, and I was saying this before the last card, is particularly in your weight division, we finally had organic noise, if you will. Isaiah, Brandon, yourself, which is so huge for the sport because you got to do what you got to do, right? Like the promotion did what they had to do. They brought in some bigger names that maybe had nothing to do with the sport or, getting sponsorships, things like that, growing it how they could as quick as they can. But how cool is it, man, as a fan to see things start bubbling up organically? And the fact that people are like, no, I want that belt. He's got a target on his back, and I'm the guy that's going to hit that target is exciting, and it's real. And do you feel that? Do you feel the same way that it's finally happening a bit more organically?
Absolutely. Stepping into season 3, I said this once, excuse me. I said this, that they needed to spice up the division, even the middleweight and other weight classes too. They need someone like me, someone that's going to create chaos at the same time. And I guess now that we're speaking about it, I'm guessing that's the reason why people are portraying me as the villain. Although I'm like, wait, what? I'm baffled sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'm the villain. That's cool. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what character you want to portray me as. But, stepping into the middleweight division, giving a little bit more of an excitement to it and more of a spice to it, I'm here for that because we need to build a hype around it. I mean, look at the following, look at the views that we're doing in powerslap. It's a lot more different than UFC when they first started. But then again, it's a different time frame. Now is now. A lot of people are on social media. A lot of people are tuning in around the world. So if you have the opportunity to build a hype around that weight class, then do so. And that's the reason why I'm here.
And what a way to do it, right? I mean, off the top of our heads, we could rip off people that are recognized and people that are building up their own division, and you're on that list, right? So it's just so cool to see it. I mean, it's just happening so fast and it's happening so like intensely. And to be a part of that, are you in a way, man, are you just so proud to be part of this pioneers that are really growing the sport and making it mainstream and doing your part? I mean, that's got to feel amazing.
It feels great, like knowing that I'm going to be on the same card as the Crazy Hawaiian and, a few fellow Hawaiian natives as well. It's great because we are making a name for ourselves and we're building a legacy for our culture. And it's not just our families, but, it's other people too. If we can do for our own culture, other people within, their culture. For example, I mean, Isaiah is a great guy. Again, he's going to be my future opponent. But if he's building the hype around, the Puerto Rican community and giving them, a platform to do things too, then that's great because he's representing his people. And that's the same thing that I want to do too. But yeah, I'm super stoked. Who would not want to be happy or stoked about competing on the same card as the Crazy Hawaiian or the Dumpling and other big names too? I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful.
That's great, man. Yeah, I look at you guys that are doing it, from jump and seeing how you're making it grow and all that. It's just exciting, man. It's fun. Do you know what looks like you're on the prelims? Do you know when you're gonna get up there? What number?
No, I don't. Yeah, it kind of sucks too. I was hoping, that I mean, I love to be on the main card,
For
and
sure.
eventually I will for sure. But I'm the type of person where I want to celebrate the rest of the night, when it's still young.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I don't mind being on the prelims, but it sucks for other people around the world that's tuning in. Um, Another thing that I just found out because I just saw another post was that I'm on the same team as someone that I'm going to be going against later on in the future. And I mean, it could have been Brandon, doesn't matter. But I have more respect for the Butcher than I do for Isaiah. And, that just makes sense, so being on the same team as someone that I talk shit with or talk shit to on a daily, on a daily basis, I'm going to see how this is going to play out. This is going to be fucking interesting. Sorry, my language, but this is
No,
going to
you're
be
fine.
interesting.
No, there's no censors in podcasts, bro. Do it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be fucking amazing.
um, is it because I just have to ask because it's been brought up a few times. The thing with Isaiah, is it because he is the champ and you have to think as a champion mentality? I got to get that shit, or is it more of a personality thing, or is it just I got to get that fucking belt?
No, it's more so a personality thing, to be honest. Of course, everyone wants to fight for the title and everyone wants to, gain that strap around their waist, right? To be honest, bro, it's just another title to me. It's just another a piece of material. To me, building my legacy is much more. But on a personal level with Isaiah, like I said, we've been going back and forth behind the scenes, and the fact that I was stepping into, I believe it was against Joseph Landman. After that match, they were like talking shit on a podcast or something, and I don't even talk shit about these guys, but for them to actually start shit and then actually act like they're a bunch of tough guys, and it was Aziel, it was Brandon the Butcher, it was Isaiah, and someone else, I forget who it was, but they were all talking smack about me. So when I saw them in person, when I saw Isaiah in person in Abu Dhabi, I had an altercation with him and John Davis, and I told him straight up, and I called them out. And I was like, dude, you guys are a bunch of like shit talk people, and you guys are portraying someone that you're not. So I'm the type of person, if I'm going to talk shit online, then I'm going to make sure that I do that in person. So when they did that, there were a bunch of like butt buddies. I'm not sure if I was supposed to say that. They're a bunch of friends, and all that kind of stuff. And they were training together on a treadmill. So I walked in and called them out. And I felt like, that was kind of over the top with it. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, if you're going to call me out online and talk shit about me, I'm going to call you out in person. And I'm going to make sure that I bark and I bite at the same time. I just don't bark like you guys do, so it's more so on a personal level.
Wow, yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Like, so for you, how does that play into this match coming up then? Do you ignore the nudges from the coaches? You know what I mean? Like, how do you plan on dealing with that when you're there?
I'm just going to fucking completely block everyone out. I mean, like I said in the beginning, I'm protecting my energy as much as possible. I could care less about hanging out with anyone or being friends with anyone on this match alone. Like even in the future, I'm here to handle business. I'm not here to be your friend at the end of the day. I'm not here to build a relationship. Maybe after, if you're super cool, but in the meantime, I'm here to take care of business. Uh, with me and Isaiah being my coach, I care less because I can easily turn off the switch and be like, you know what, I don't need to even acknowledge this guy, but him being my coach, that's fine. I'm not sweating
So,
that.
okay, so it's like, man, I can literally feel the intensity in your voice from the last time we spoke to now. You really, no, bro, listen. You really want to avenge that loss in a big fucking way.
Oh yeah,
Like
100%.
you're coming for it. And so it's kind of like everybody can just, screw. This is my mission. I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, the mentality.
Wow, man.
I've been going on trips and completely just being in solitude and learning from just complete solitude. The people that actually engage with you during that time. It's like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, bro. I mean, I see out there and doing your thing. I just wanted to check up on you. I see the people that's in my circle. So separating people that are serving no purpose or serving no value in my life, it's been great. It's been tremendous. And through solitude, through training and just focusing on the mental, I'm able to play a better judgment on people that I'm keeping around in my life, people that truly support. And that's what truly matters to me. So if you are a supporter, that's great. If you are a hater, that's even better too, because that's more views. But other than that, I'm here for, like I said, business. I'm here to climb the rankings again. It doesn't matter if it's slow or quick. I'm going to take that title. That title is mine.
So let's talk about the solitude just for a few more minutes, because you could tell that like you were staying back a little bit from that last card, kind of feel, having fun, doing your thing, doing the meditation, all that kind of stuff. And from what it sounds like, it really was like a recharge for you to zone in more on what's good for you and not worry about what might be good for everybody else, which may come across as, how it comes across. But for you personally, it sounds like it's been enlightening.
Correct. Yes. To a lot of people, it seems like, okay, maybe this guy is like, just stepping back because of the knockout and he changed a little bit. Now, it's what happened between Darren and I, and I'm totally upset with that. That's the reason why I probably hear the tone in my voice is just that I felt as if I was cheated of a win, and there's been a lot of people that supported me that have been commenting and saying the same exact thing, like, wow, the chief was definitely robbed. And I'm here for blood now. Like I'm gonna go up in this rank real. To me, I know it's gonna be quick, but to everyone else, it seems that it's gonna be slow. And it doesn't matter to what everyone else thinks. They have their own opinion. That's great. But to me, like I said, I'm here for business.
Yeah, no, I feel that. So you just it sounds like I spoke with Charlie a few weeks back, and it sounds are you with Tactical Sports Management now?
Yes, I am.
Dude,
So,
congratulations. How'd that unfold? Tell me about it, bro.
oh, it's been a great relationship with Charlie and I. We connected after an episode or a podcast that we did, and completely, genuine. He's been looking after a few of the powerslap athletes and just helping them out without even asking for anything back in return. And that's the kind of guy, that truly inspires athletes to go and chase their dream and, solidify whatever it is that you're trying to do. So the relationship between Charlie and I started from the podcast, and then we just stayed connected. From there, he was like, man, I have a dream too. And shout out to Martin Luther King. I have a dream too that he was talking about, supporting the powerslap athletes and giving them, the proper management that they need. So I was like, bro, I'm on board with that 100%. Let's do this. And stepping into 2025, he called me and he was like, man, let me get my lawyer on. on the call too, and let's try, like see if we can solidify this. So we did. I'm grateful, dude. What a great guy.
Man, that's great. Yeah, it's always good to, you know, you know better than I do because you've been in the fight game for, your whole life, basically. It can be tricky. So to have someone you feel confident to be with, to support you, I mean, that's huge, man. That's huge.
Absolutely.
So going forward, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like there's no other mission for you in this game except to the top. There's no other because the reason why I say that, that's not a rhetorical question, because some guys that are in this game, they recognize they're getting a lot of eyeballs. That's kind of like a bucket list. You know what I mean? They did something crazy. They uplifted their brand or got an opportunity or whatever, and they're cool with that, and that's honest. But with you, it feels like, no, this is my division. I'm coming for it. I'm going to get it. So if you could, do you fight 3-4 times this year? I mean, what does the activity look like for you when you envision 25?
I believe I have one more match on my contract with powerslap.
Okay.
So hopefully, we'll end it with a bang in Vegas. But I know for a fact that powerslap's going to re-sign me. Of course, if I'm going to be in the top 5, you have to sign someone that's in the rankings. I mean, it's totally up to them. It doesn't matter. But I have so much more opportunity than just that, bro. Like, I have people wanting the Chief to compete on their promotion, and they're like, hey, you should sign with us. I'm like, you know what? I'll take a step back from that, and I love the opportunity to do so. But I can see the future within powerslap, and it's not just to answer your question with just my vision on the title itself. Of course, that's the main thing, but my vision is much more greater than that. My vision is to help other powerslap athletes as well, to adjust and to train properly, to focus properly, mental, physical, spiritually. And that's the 3 main components right there in order to building a really great athlete. So that's my later on in the future type of thing, is just to build a great facility where we can train powerslap athletes or any other athlete. If you are focusing on whatever specifics, could be mixed martial arts, bare knuckle, football, soccer, whatever, you have a home at our training facility no matter what, mentally, physically, spiritually.
So you kind of envision yourself being, and forgive the comparison, but what comes to mind is like a John Winklejohn or, American Top Team, ATT, something like that, but for powerslap.
Correct.
That'd be great. Have like a little meditation area, little slapping area. You know what I mean? Just gather as a team. You know what I mean?
Yes. I wouldn't be the Chief if I wasn't meant to lead. So the Chief has to lead, some of the followers and some of the people that truly believes in him. And if I can do that, then I know that I'm fulfilling my purpose in life.
Wow. To be the Chief, you have to be. Man, that was good. That was good, man. Well, I think this has been so much fun talking with you and seeing where you're at now. I mean, you can literally tell where you've grown as a human being and as a man. I'll tell the audience as well. I DM'd you last night just saying, hey, I respect that you're kind of coming into your own. It's respectable to do you as a man and to be that example. I mean, people can say what they want, right? At the end of the day, you got to be who you feel like you need to be. And if that ruffles feathers or doesn't, you're still being who you need to be. So to say, to be the Chief, you have to be. I love that, man. I love that so much. I think that's like the perfect note to end on, brother.
Absolutely, bro.
Just to know that you said that is putting out there. And everybody, if you're not watching January 30th, you're insane. We've established this. You're crazy. You got to watch. You got to see it. You got to know, because what people need to realize out there, power slap is a very awkward thing to just glance at it. It's a very in your face, no pun intended. It's very intense. It's violent, and people can say what they want. But these are human beings, bro. These are people that have anger. They have happiness. They have love. They have hate. and they're trying to accomplish what they need to. And you're a good example of that, my guy. You really are.
Thank you, bro.
All right, let's let this thing upload. What's that, man? Dude, well, hey, if you're ready, I'm ready. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, man. All right, everybody. Welcome to Slap Son. We got the man in the building, the original, the OG, the first one. Sure, oh, come on. I don't care what time. And now here we are. 9,
Anytime,
10 months
brother.
later, baby. And he wants to give us an update on his life. He wants to let us know what's going on. And he's going to give us everything we ask. Are you guys ready for? Give it up for Gianni. Huerta the beast.
Let's go. Yes,
Let's go, brother.
Freaking
Hey.
ready.
Well, I guess first things first, I noticed you just got signed to Williams Sports Agency. What's going on with that, man?
Yeah, I wanted to jump into it. I wanted to get already, I want to be more about joining powerslap, getting back into it again. So I was like, I want to start getting an agent for myself, a manager, someone to boost my earnings, someone to help me out on the long run. So I'm thinking like what other fighters have been doing. I see a lot of other fighters getting signed through other agencies. So I was like, why not give it a try? So it's something different. So I feel happy about it. I feel the help to get sponsors, the help to get more matches is just the better for my future.
Yeah, for sure. So did you reach out to them? Did they find you? How did it all kind of unfold?
They reached out to me. They told me if I was interested. I told them I wanted more information. It's my first time ever having an agency reach out to me. So I was pretty excited about that. I was like, I think it's pretty, I like it. Like it's something that I need more of, especially if I want to do more of the combat sports. I also want to start trying to do some MMA a little bit. So I'm starting to do different things.
That's great, man. And if it's the right fit, it never hurts to have someone in your corner, in that aspect of the fight game.
Big time, man. It was exciting. Like I never knew someone was going to hit me out of nowhere. Like I've been trying to get more sponsors. I've been dealing with Kurt, Slate. I've been trying to get them. They've been sending me some free cans. So, I appreciate them. I know with Amino Hill, when I first started with you guys, I had got them as a sponsor. So it's going good. Like long run, like the show has came out, people are watching, the views are coming up, the slap events after, like it's amazing. Dude,
That's great news, man. So yeah, that segues perfectly into my next question, which is, how has that been going? You getting any chatterings of when we might see you again? How's the training? Like, how you been, man?
With the training, I've been hitting the gym daily. I've been also talking to other slap fighters. I've been talking to Isaiah a little bit, been talking to Isaiah. So some of the guys are number one ranked contenders, the champions. I've been getting more advice from them. I'm also thinking about being, the lightweight future champion. That's my goal for this year. So if they give me my next match, I'm ready. I'm ready to put on the show. Like the first time was my first try at it, my first lick. Now it's like, I'm coming back. This is my road to redemption. This is my shot back to show everyone, G the Beast is back into it. Could still be number 9, but you're going to see me at number 1. So,
I love it. The road to redemption. We were on road to the title. Now we're in the road to redemption, baby. I like it. Do you have anything when you foresee this year? I mean, that's a big goal, first of all, right? To get ranked number 1 and to be a champion. How do you envision this year going then? Do you think it takes a year of work to get there? Do you think you rise quickly and maybe have a shot literally this year? How does that look for you?
So with me, I feel like the chances, it's like how other champions I see, they took a couple losses in the beginning, or at least one loss in the beginning, and they build up from it. I remember seeing Isaiah early competing in the show in the first season. He took his loss, came back, went against Russell, took his loss, and then he went down a division. And then from that, he has competed. He's been winning since. He's had like 3 fights in a row. Like
Yeah, he fought a lot last year.
So it's like seeing that makes me even want to. Sorry, I was getting. Did I just connect it?
No, you're good. I can hear you now. It was
Okay.
a little little choppy, but we got you now.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
As
You're
I
good.
was saying, it's like stuff I see from that is just getting me more motivation to, get back into it. Like step by step, take it as one fight as a time, I get my next fight, see how it goes. If I come out the win, I come out on top, I get a knockout, that's even way better for me. And that's what what I'm suspected, that's what I'm working hard for right now. I've been working better on my defense. I've been accomplishing my perfection in my slap. Oh, it's kind of windy.
No, you just the camera didn't want to get slapped, man. It knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. No, I think that's a good mentality because when you take those, look, you don't win or lose, right? You win or learn, right? So you take those moments and learn, and it sounds like that's what you've done, man. And you're just ready to get back out there, really.
Yeah, I feel excited. I've been hungry. I reached out probably twice. I'm not the type of fighter trying to bug all the time, bug them. It's more of like, I'm ready. You guys let me know. I also I got my passport beginning of the year. So it's like, if they want to fly me out anywhere, I'm ready. I'm ready, man. Like, I'm hungry. This is what I came to join the sport for. Came to represent powerslap. I love it.
Passport ready. It doesn't matter now. Anytime, any place for real.
Got my little protein in right here. Protein shake.
I dig it. So for your next, in your mind, who would be the next opponent? The one that sets you up for your success, do you feel?
I have two names. So I have two ideas. I was thinking I would go against the number ranked 5 fighter. Was it Isaac Gunter?
Okay,
Sorry about that. So I was thinking him. He's a pro boxer. Me and him are pretty much the same height. He had a win and a loss, but he got his second loss off of a step. So I felt like me and him would be a perfect matchup just for me to get back into it, just to see what we both got. Since he got 2 matches, and then for me to get my second match. And then the second name, I was just thinking the guy right above me, the number 8th ring fight, Ivan Hernandez.
Oh, Ivan, yeah. Yeah, I'm just trolling right now. It's funny because they changed the rankings. Probably not that often, but it feels like that often when you start doing the interviews, bro. So, dude, so you feel like those are the two guys that can set you up for success and then get you back in the the minds and the coming out of the mouth of the people that make the matches like Erica and Dana to start 2025 off in a big way.
In a big way. I feel that it'll be exciting. Both matches, like Ivan, me and him, we both got knocked down in our first match. So it'll be good to get us back, to get a road to redemption, both of us, to basically give us another shot. I feel like it go to a decision because I feel like we both got a hit for that. And then also with Isaac, his good match, like that decision he went with Riley, and then the second match knocking out William Shockey.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. Like those two matches get me because it's like going against Ivan. He went against someone that's a top contender, Dakota McGregor. So it's like, that's shot. I went against a guy that basically was a number 1 contender, which is Anthony Dufresne.
No, that's real. No, you did. I mean, we all saw that on the show, right? Like, so excuse me, my eye. So it's not about who you'll take on anybody. It's more about kind of when.
Yeah, it's more when. It's more like I'm waiting for the call. It's like I'm always trying to post, always trying to tag you guys, tag you, Fight Fan, Dana White, powerslap.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. So, I think that's the best way to go as well. I mean, from outsider looking in, it's like, okay, we just need to get you back up there so you can prove yourself, right? It looks like you got some cool stuff lined up. You got some representation now. You've been working on your game. You had some time off. So, man, who knows? Maybe March is in your future in Vegas.
That's how I feel. I feel like it could be, 100%. I feel like us lightweights, we've been pushed a little bit back. just because of the outcomes of the matches that have been going on lately. About like the one in Abu Dhabi, one of the fighters had pulled. You know, they had their reasons, and then the power slap 10, McGregor getting sick, and then everything going
Yeah.
there for. And I was looking forward to, you know, like I'm part of the division. Any matches that's going in my division, I'm happy to see, want to see what's going to happen next for a division. Because it just makes me, you know, once that settles out, once the show with the season and they give whoever the lightweight belt to, it's just like, oh, so, you know, that's just a matter of time. They're just going to hope for that time. Because, you know, G the Beast, I'm going to be coming for it.
Yeah, no, you're right. It just comes down to, it doesn't matter who holds it. You just have to go after it. Yeah, I agree. Well, speaking of Vegas, we actually finally saw each other in the flesh, gave each other a high five. That was fun.
That was fun. That was really fun. That was pretty cool. When I seen you, it was just like wow. Like, since July, and then we see each other against the end of the year. It's like, what amazing, right? What an amazing moment.
What an amazing moment, man. It's weird. It's like, you know, as funny as it sounds, we get to know you a little bit, right? But it's just through the podcast. It's not in person. So when we got to see everybody in person finally, it was cool, man. Just dapping everybody up. It was a lot of fun.
Well, that's something I want to do too. Like, you know, if you guys, I heard that you're going back March 7th too for powerslap 12. I'm kind of interested too to try to get like, you know, a little podcast in person. Try to see if we can make that work out. Something like that. Because I'll be interested to make my way to be on time, you know, just so we could get that set up.
Yeah, bro. In fact, I'll just let you in on it. We already have we're working towards the same setup. So we're just trying to do it. We tried to do it all in one day, and we learned a lot, you know. First of all, it was a big success. We were there for like 7 hours. You know, everybody showed up. It was so much fun. It was amazing. But what we learned from that was, okay, we got to bring an editor on site live so we can crank these babies out and get it out before the fight goes out. But for sure, show up. We'll high five. We'll have a sit down pod in person. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I appreciate everything you guys do for the sport. You know, the whole fam and everything. How you guys come and, you know, sit down with us. Like, that's a whole like big part of our game. That's what boosts everything. You know, part of what you guys do for us, it helps us also. And we know we try to give back, especially to you guys too.
No, I appreciate that, man. It really is a give and take thing, especially now with the sport being so new. Even though it's growing crazy, you know, it's the views and the audiences and the eyeballs. It's all growing really fast. But the sport's still, you know, pretty new, so that's important to have that give and take for sure.
Big time. Like, even the new events, like, hopefully, let's see when they do that Miami Fountain Blue. Like, I can't wait to see that.
Dude, that's going to be crazy. We love going to Miami, so that'll be fun. Well, hey, man, yeah, let's get the word out there, right? Let's get those names out there. Let's let the people know you're ready to go. And where can people find you on social media? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff.
So on Instagram, you can find me at G the Beast Official. TikTok, we should do the same. Be official. And hopefully gladly it stays, you know. Not that we take it away, but, you know, thanks to Trump.
Well, that's great, dude. Well, hey, thanks for reaching out. So good to catch up, man. Nothing but bright future for you in 25. And thank you again for coming on.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right, bro. Let's let this thing upload. 1 sec. All right, everybody. Welcome to Slap Son. We got the man in the building. Last time it was a little sideways, if you know what I'm saying. But this time we're upright. We're vertical. We're killing the game. We're getting the gold medal. No silver, no bronze. He's going to Saudi Arabia for blood. You hear me? Everybody give it up for Tyler, the Northman, Grossman. Dude.
What's going on, brother? What's going on?
Oh, dude. Thank you so much for doing this. You know, everybody who's watching, we got a little late night edition of Slap Son.
Oh, always. Just like late nights with the Northman, man. Got to get it in when you can get it.
That's right, man. As my man says, the machine doesn't stop. You just got to keep letting it go. Let it go.
Let it roll, baby.
So, quick update. We tried to do this before. You know, it's funny, man. You'll appreciate this, Tyler. Earlier today with Sean Kilmartin, it didn't upload. It was being weird. And so we had to redo it again. And for everybody who's watching, we did this a little while back. And when it uploaded, Tyler was he was a little sideways. The video was sideways. It didn't quite work. So here we are, man. And couldn't be happier. We're doing it again. So let's dive right in. When you got the call, did you know who it was going to be or have a feeling of who it was going to be, meaning your opponent?
No, man. No, to be honest. So getting the call for Saudi, for powerslap 11, I had a couple of names in mind, but of all people, I didn't think it was going to be Sean. No disrespect towards him there, but I figured that it may have been another season 3 welterweight, maybe somebody else. I had no clue who it was going to be. I was surprised.
And when you found out who it was, finally, he signed on the dotted line, you signed on the dotted line. Slap is weird because it's so early. There's not a lot of tape on these guys. Did you have a way of finding about how this guy, approaches his matches? Have you seen anything past that he's done in the past?
So, it's about the same as everybody else. You go to what you've got, So in my case, I just had his match from season 2, Road to the Title. So check that out there. Figured out that I guess after season 3, he and I had become friends on Facebook. So what little bit of stuff was there. But no, didn't have a whole lot to go off of. Not a lot to check out.
And does that make it, is that tougher, or is that actually a bit easier because it's kind of, there's what you don't know, you don't fear, I guess, kind of a thing.
It comes back to my preparation, whether he's been training 7 days a week and slaps from daylight to dawn, or whether he's just hopping off the couch. As long as I'm in check, the match will be in check. So I wasn't too worried about the lack of footage.
All right, yeah, that's fair, man. Well, I'll tell you what, if you guys have been following Tyler's journey, you can see on Instagram, on social media, he's definitely putting in the work, right? Like I've seen shots of this guy about midnight, slapping the bob, being outside in the cold, everything. Like, so you can tell you're putting in the work.
I appreciate that.
So when it comes to this match in particular, this is like the biggest stage you've been on, correct?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
So is that exciting? Does it give you butterflies? Are you just itching to get out there? Like, because it's going to be a lot of eyeballs, man. You're talking millions of people looking at this thing.
So the stage itself kind of, poses an interesting differential between anything else I've ever gotten to do. I feel like stepping onto that stage for the first time, obviously it's going to be a lot to soak in, but I feel like live crowd or not, that just fuels the beast. This is all part of the opportunity. And whether it's, Dana's backyard or Saudi Arabia, well, we're going to go out there and put on a show, but obviously a stage of that caliber is its own beast, So I mean, that adds fuel to the fire, most definitely.
Yeah, and that's cool too because slap is growing so fast, but particularly, Europe, Russia, and the Middle East where you're headed, I really think it's bigger. So you might have some fans out there, man, that you didn't know you had once you land.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Coming off of season 3, obviously we all got major coverage, but this is going to be the most eyeballs at once. The broadcast afterwards, the not to tell the future, but the highlights. You know what I mean? So it's going to be nice.
One good thing about slap is, I mean, let's be real. Whether you are the highlight or you're not the highlight, you are the highlight because it just gets replayed over and over. I mean, win or lose, it's so good for your brand.
Dude, like what you and I were talking, the machine keeps rolling, and the specific machine we're talking about's a big nasty one, man. This thing is at light speed forward, and I'm very fortunate to be a part of it.
Very cool. Is it talking with other strikers? They do give you some time over there. Have you thought about venturing out a little bit, to clear your head, go see the city, things like that? Or are you just kind of gonna stay in your own world and focus on the match?
So it's eye on the prize above all else, but there's going to be some names out there, like who doesn't want to meet Crazy, like officially get to meet Crazy, who doesn't want to say, hey, Wolverine, nice to meet you. Hey, Vern, nice to meet you. So as far as the amenities of Saudi, for the most part, I'm going to maintain focus, not delve too far into things while making sure to soak in the environment. But really, it's some of the people that have pioneered power slap that I'm mostly excited to actually meet.
That's very cool, man. You know, I was talking with Wolverine. I actually asked him that exact question. I said, you know, coming up, being a pioneer in the sport, and frankly, Tyler, you're a pioneer as well. We're only on number 11, you know, but being super early, I asked him if people should, you know, does he feel like he gets the respect on his name? And he was very cordial, man. He was real with it. He just said that, yeah, he's the people he runs into, they're very nice to him and appreciative. And if you run into him, I'm sure he'll dap you up, man, and just say thank you and everything. And when that happens, hopefully you can get some of that off of him, and you can go get your own strap. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, and I mean, with somebody like Wolverine, you know, it goes deeper than power slap even. But somebody like Wolverine, he's got how many matches in other organizations? You know, I mean, this guy's been slapping since mainline slapping existed. You know, so it'd be an honor. He's definitely one that I want to, you know, give his ode to. He's earned his flowers, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling that'll happen. It's going to be close quarters once you land, I think.
Oh
yeah. So, what's your family thinking about all this, man? You're going to be gone for a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be a few days. So my he's having his own bouts with that because obviously, like, excuse me. So obviously it's like, dude, dad's going to Saudi. You know, dad's got his next match. So he's got the butterflies about that. But then you'll watch him, you know, it hits him. He's like, but dad's also gone for over a week, you know, so he's going up and down with it. You know, the lady's super stoked. She of all people has seen the work that I've put in. She knows that every day, whether it's a 10-hour, 14-hour shift, I'm at the gym. After the gym, you know, cooking my meal prep, doing push-ups in the kitchen. So she knows how much goes into all this. So she's more than excited.
Dude, I love that. I mean, it's so cool when the people around you are on board with it because, you know, it's funny, similar to MMA, you know, we've talked about this before. When MMA first came on the scene, everyone was kind of in the closet as a fan, but they were all watching. You know, it was this weird, intense thing. And Slap is similar, you know, millions, billions of views. It's growing so fast, but everyone, you know, is still kind of in the closet with it. They're not out publicly, but they're all watching. And so to have some support system from the people that are around you that they get it as well is huge, dude. It goes a long way.
It's the beautiful train wreck, man. Some people know it's going to be a crash, but they can't look away.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So speaking of looking away, you're not going to look away from Sean when you stand up at the podium, right? And you lock eyes with him. Is it, not to get like too carnal, bro, but like, do you really want to like look into this guy and let him know you mean business? Like, what do you want to like put out there once you're standing face to face with him?
Man, the thing is same as any other opponent that I'll ever have. You've got to have a certain level of mutual respect for anybody that's willing to stand up and do what it is that we do. But at the same time, there's a piece of me that comes out, and I've only had the one time on stage, but there's a piece of me that comes out. There is no nerves. There is no fear. So it's really, primal's the best word for it. It's a primal lock-in. You know, you're about to do the closest thing, in my opinion, to a modern gladiator style showdown. It's just one man and another putting their chins on the line and throwing for the fences, you know? So you kind of, I wouldn't call it an out of body experience, you know, but you definitely go to a different place. Once you lock in, I'm not thinking about, you know, what your name is, what's going on. It's just, we're here to do business and I'm ready to get it done.
I love that word primal. I think that's real. So I spent a few days with Luke Simons out in Texas, right? And we're working out, you know, just hanging on that. And I was joking. I was like, dude, you need to slap me, man. You need to slap me. He was like, you don't want me to slap you, but I'll stand, you know, but we'll face up like we're going to, right? Dude, you could see, even though we were playing around, you could see the switch. And I respect you guys that much more because just locking eyes and lining up as if we were going to slap and he was winding up as if he was going to take me out. That is intimidating to just sit there and know what's coming and you still take it. Bro, that's a real man right there. Gladiator is a good term for it, for real.
You reminded me of that video I seen of your kiddos talking about getting the slap down, but check the flinches. That was all. That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. My fifth grader, they do slap at recess, but they just slap hands. So they'll line up with their hands, and whoever says "ow" first loses. That's what they've been doing at recess.
Man, it's so funny that you say that. Like, it's funny how this stuff is penetrating people's homes, especially if they know somebody that's participated. So somebody that I work with that's like super invested in what I've got going on. They they and their family will hold up pillows. They do like joke style like slap offs or whatever every now and then by like holding up the pillow. They're holding the pillow beside the head, and then letting each other pop. It's so funny just to know like that there's intrusion. You can't get away from the thought of it. Once you see it, power slaps in your mind. It's a hell of a sport.
No, man, it gets seared in, and I tell everybody you got to see it live because then you'll become a fan instantly. Like we went, we took the boys, two of my boys and my wife to the one in Vegas, and bro, I kid you not, we got done with it, and even my wife was like, "I like this better than UFC. It's quick and to the point, and everyone's having a good."
Yeah, it's awesome. And even like that being said, we're early prelims, like we're pre-recorded, so I'm actually stoked to finish up my match and then get to watch the rest of the night. Like it goes beyond just competing. I'm a fan just the same as so many other people. Like, yeah, it's amazing that I get my match, but then there's also the secondary excitement of like getting to watch my first live card in person. It's like it's a double whammy, dude. It's awesome.
You know what? I didn't think about that. That's pretty badass because you kind of get it over with, and then you still get to enjoy it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, obviously, in the future, main card's the goal, fighting for the belt's the goal. But at this
For
entry,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
And at this level, though, I'm really glad that my first match early on, get it out of the way, and then watch everybody else do their thing. Get to meet Dana. I'm actually kind of glad that this one's laid out the way that it is because it's Power Slap 11 in Abu Dhabi. Just to be on the stage, just for the opportunity, I'm more than grateful. So I'm not sour that I'm not headlining the prelims or whatever. I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah, dude, that's a good attitude because you can get it over with, and then having that attitude, you can just soak in the whole experience and not be distracted at all because you're done. So do you know what order you're going? Are you like in the prelims?
Yeah, so we haven't been told, but between you and I, my guess is me and Kilmartin first match of the night. It makes sense because they've already released at this point that you've got my opponent from season 3, Radalabi and Kolyan, so he's actually he's on the rankings right now. So just logistically, unless they surprise us and throw some other matches in, it makes sense to go myself, Rod, and possibly, myself and Kilmartin, Rod and Kolyan. I don't think they're adding any more pre-recordeds, but you know how Power Slap does, man. We could wake up tomorrow with the new match announcement.
100%. No, season 3, man. So we started getting into it watching season 3, right? And it was kind of perfect timing because I'll tell you what, season 3 is getting their chance at this. Like, there's a lot of boys the last 2 cards and this card, and going forward, man, it's you can tell they had a lot of confidence in that cast.
And I couldn't be more grateful for that, and it's gonna culminate in some interesting matches. Like, give it time and you'll see me and Rod at a rematch. Give it time and you may see me and Vince. It all depends on how these matches stack up and stuff. But season 3, just like every other season in the past, it brings in this whole new wave, and it's season 3's time. We just got to come and put in the work.
Yeah, man, 100%. And there's some real athletes on there, man. I mean, from top to bottom, and they're giving you guys the opportunity to shine, which is so cool. I mean, because you can go on these shows, right? Whether it's Ultimate Fighter or Road to the Title, and you can get lost a little bit in the shuffle. But with your cast, for whatever reason, and I no putting down on season 1 and 2. I mean, there's been some big names come out of those, right? But
100%.
They're giving you guys, a lot of you guys, that opportunity to shine, which is so cool. Okay, so
Sorry, man, the lighting's almost a little too much. I see my face shining.
You're good, dude. You're good. So before we go, and I just love asking this question. So you get up there, you do your thing, and it goes your way. When you grab that mic and you have that moment, Have you thought about what you're going to do, what you're going to say to leverage that moment you have within the company, but also to the audience to let them know who the Northman is?
Man, the best way that I can put that is if I get my chance on the mic, first and foremost, thank the people that have kept me solid, kept me grounded, being my family. But I don't have any specific name, I don't have one now. I don't think I'll have one then. With what I've got going on and as ready as I am, any competitor is fine by me. It doesn't matter where the rankings at, because you've got to face these guys in order to climb the rankings. So whoever they give there, I'm prepared for that. So it's a funny question because as far as what to say on the mic, I feel a lot of gratitude. This is it's not a very big pool. They've got a sizable roster, but to be on it at this stage, I just feel very grateful. So the game plan there is probably just thank the family, thank Powerslap, Dana, Frank, Erica, and let them know that whoever it is that they want to give me next, whether that be on 12, 13, or if they hold me out till 15, I'm just ready and hungry.
I like it, man. That's an honest answer. No, I appreciate it. So 2025, how do you see it going for you, dude? What's the ultimate goal for even this year? Rising the rankings, get a couple bonuses, or just to be active?
Oh yeah, and obviously, to say that you're only in this for the money would be foolish because there's other ways to make your money, but the goal for 2025 would obviously be, secure some paychecks, secure some bonuses, become ranked, and just see where it goes, man. I don't plan on letting off the gas anytime soon. I'm just now getting in. I'm just now finding my footing, finding my strike, my defense. So goal in 2025 is to become a ranked fighter, see how high in those rankings I can climb. We all see how how fast stuff progresses in this sport. And who knows, man, if things go my way, 2026, there could be talk of, potential title matches, contender matches. Just make the most out of this year and capitalize.
Man, I love that. Well, hey, thank you so much for doing this again, man. We had those technical difficulties, but so glad you came on. Always grateful to spend some time with you. And we will be watching whether someone sneaks you in on an Instagram live during the card or we catch the replay. We're definitely going to be watching and cheering you on in this house, man.
Yeah, and here's high hopes, man. You know how it went with Wes? His win was being posted within an hour and a half, 2 hours of it happening. So hopefully...
That's true.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm hoping that, once I secure my win, I hope that it's put out there sooner rather than later because in this sport, we're all good at keeping sealed lips, but damn if it doesn't suck sometimes,
Dude, that's real talk right there. Yeah, that's real talk. But I think it'll find its way out, That's just how I just have a feeling it will. Where can everybody find you, man? On Instagram, social media, all that stuff?
Yeah. So Instagram is _Northman_slaps. So just the Northman slaps, underscores in between each. And then just Tyler Gross on Facebook. I've never been a big Twitter guy and never really made a TikTok. I made one, but there's 2 clips up on it. So we'll say on the next interview, I'll drop a TikTok or something. But yeah, for now, just Insta and Facebook.
Dude, I love it. All right. And we should shout out Head Rush, baby. I've been seeing you on their Instagram. They're taking care of you.
Oh yeah. Big things coming with them, man. I'm looking forward to working with them. I'm also very, very gracious for that. They reached out and they've been super awesome. So I think we've got some good stuff cooking with Head Rush moving forward.
Very cool. Well, hey everybody, if you're not watching January 30th, I think I've said this on the last 4 interviews. You're crazy. We've established you're crazy. You need to check out Tyler. You need to check out his match with Sean Kilmartin because it's coming. They're both coming for that win, and it's going to be exciting. Hey, thanks, man, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you as always, brother.
All right, let's let this thing upload. All right. Well, everybody, listen to me. It's not us that build the apps. It's not us that runs the internet, okay? Take 2 with our guy here. What's going down. We finished an awesome pod, awesome interview, but Riverside goes like this to you sometimes. So we're going to do this again, all right? So everyone, let's give it up for Sean, the infamous Kilmartin. Okay, buddy. Well, I know this feels like we're repeating something that we just did,
Yeah.
but let's give the fans what they want. So, you waited a long time. It's due. You put in the work. You've been having a lot of patience. You've had some banters with some different strikers to try and get something going. But at the end of the day, here we are. Tyler Grossman's your guy. How we feeling?
Feeling good now. Just have to get ready to make that flight. That's probably gonna be the hardest thing now after all the work being put in. So get over there, get home weight, get the job done.
I love it,
Aim now.
man. No, I love it. And once you're there, it'll just feel well. Once you do land in Saudi Arabia and you're there, is it just going to feel like finally I'm here. I can show the world what I'm going to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm just kind of just holding myself, keeping myself calm, keeping myself level-headed, so that when I get over there, it's just gonna be make the walk, get up there. Everything else is gonna be just fairy dust, fugazi, as they say. Get over there and just go.
Fugazi. I love it. And you're going to bring with you some cool sponsors that are supporting you. We got some hot sauce. We got some soap. Shout these guys out. They're a good group.
Yeah, so sponsored by Notorious Knock Sauce. It's an Irish brand. A lot of lads would have seen it because he's sponsored by Marcus Deegan as well. And then shout out to the Black Stuff then as well, hooking me up with all my soaps and stuff for showering after the gym. And then Only Grills then as well for sorting me out with a nice little grill for a fight day.
Yeah, I've been looking at your stories on Instagram, and Marcus Deegan, man, I love him. He's such a character. He seems like such a cool guy. And for him to be partnered with the hot sauce, just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and it's one of the hot sauces as well is made with foraged stout as well. So they have that connection now with Connor. So
oh man, I saw on Instagram. I think it was on your story where they had the foraged stout in the background, and I just thought, I don't know what I was thinking, but so they actually put that shit into a hot sauce.
Yeah. Connor was liking the stories as well, so I think they met up in his pub, and they hooked him up with some sauces, and he liked it. So I think there's something in the bag there for them anyway. So
I love that, man. Well, you can't go wrong with Conor McGregor, and hot sauce seems to fit the fight game. Hot sauce seems to be the right product for the fight.
Now as well, like, yeah, everything he touches fucking turns to gold, does. So hopefully that works out well for them.
Dude, that's so cool, man. So I love that we're doing this again. So again, for those, yeah, dude. For those who are watching again, we kind of, this is kind of a repeat, but it's good. We can hone in the craft. So we've waited a long time. We've got people supporting you, backing you, companies supporting you, backing you. So when you step up to that podium, you're looking Tyler straight in the eyes. Is it just going to be lining up, doing your measure, and that shit is over, or do you envision a war?
I'm prepared for a war, but I don't see it. I don't see it going that. Depending on who gets the first slap, if he gets it, grand for him. He's gonna get a swing at it. Like, but if it's me hitting him first, we'll wake him up with some hot sauce.
Yeah, dude. You guys both have the beard going on. His is a little bit longer, maybe a little thicker.
I'm growing mine out because of him.
Really?
Like, this fella thinks he's gonna hide that chin there. I was like, I'm gonna put a bit of cushion on this thing now. I do this shit. It drives me mad sometimes, but like, I've just been letting it go wild now. So
you know what? You got to take the
shape before I go out, and that's it.
Yeah, dude. I was just gonna say you got to take the advantage in this game any way you can, any shape, size. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, that's great.
I think it was a good bit longer, but it looks thin enough. He looks like he has a little tiny jaw as well, so hopefully it's all gonna go
well. Yeah, it's hard to tell behind that beard, huh? So
we've been sussing it out. We put him on an app. We put him on his face, his picture of his face on an app, and it removes the beard. And I'll send you the photo. He just has this little tiny chin. I was just like, all right.
Oh, dude, that's funny. It's funny because when you do your measure, when someone has a beard like that, do you really kind of feel where that jawline is, or is it does a beard actually make it tougher to find the button?
It's probably makes it a little bit tougher when take your hand off it and you're going for you're on your wind up. But when you're on it, there's no hiding it. Like if you know where the spot is, that's where your hand is rubbing. But he's gonna have a big shock when he sees my hands. My hands were measuring the size of the super heavyweights. Man, I have huge hands. He's gonna fucking get that joke wrapped across the side of his head. He's gonna know about
When
it.
you line up with him, we might see his eyes get a little big, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I see. You see some tears coming out of him when he fucking realizes. Boys here call me shovel hands, man. I have fucking diggers with hands there.
Well, man, I'm so excited, dude. You know, when we first talked, you know, months ago, got to know you a little bit, you know, getting to know in real time how long you've been waiting for the opportunity, things like that. When you look ahead in the year, you know, let's say the match goes your way and you look ahead, what do you envision for you in this slap game in 25? I mean, we're just getting started this year.
Yeah. So I kind of have like a little roadmap set out for myself. So it's kind of staying the same, but so get this out of the way, obviously. And I'm not too sure how it's going to go if one of us get ranked after. I suppose it depends on the other pre-recorded fight. So if Errol Hwani loses, I'd say and I win, I'd probably get pushed up ahead. So and he'll probably drop out the rankings. And then hopefully for 12, they'll let me sleep Debo for the first time. And the way I kind of look at it is the fellas that Debo has went up against previously are lads up in the ranks. So Manny Mooney wasn't able to sleep him. He's ranked I think he's one or number two. Like up
Yes.
there one slap sleep Debo. You know, I'm after doing what the former champ couldn't do. So it kind of puts me in my head. It puts me in a better position. I'd take any of the top 3 or 4 then. Maybe KO Chris, maybe fucking Manny himself, but go from
So
there.
for
I
you,
want that strap by the end of the year.
okay. No, so for you, it's like, first it would be to get a win, climb the rankings a little bit, and then really make your mark, whatever that next match may be.
That's it, yeah. And you know, that's just my kind of roadmap. That's my kind of trajectory, what I'm kind of envisioning doing. So I think it's a good shout. Like, you know, if I get a one slap sleeper on this one and one slap sleep Debo, you know, I don't think they're able to deny me that. Like, just, you know,
Yeah,
at least give me the shout for number 1 rank, number 2. That Jules Scott, I'd love to slap him. Me and him is a bad matchup. So
that would be
I
wild,
reckon
man.
that.
You get through this, and then they just hand you Jewel, just like, here you go.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, it's not too far. You know, you can see it happening because Zach Zane got a matchup against me. He was ranked number 7, so you know, and at the time Jewel was ranked number 1. So it's
No,
not
you're
it's
right,
not
and
out of league.
no, you're right, and especially in the fight game, it's all about that momentum, right? So if you do get a sleeper on your resume, you can leverage that moment, and you know, you just never know in this game. It's all about that momentum, that leverage. So you could get that quicker than you think.
Yeah. And by the way, that Blackbird got it. You know, he was pretty much nobody. Like he had fought nobody really tough, and he got that opportunity, took his opportunity, and fucking capitalized on it. So
Yeah, his
it's
story's
there for
great.
everybody, I'd say. Especially in the welterweight division is kind of lacking at the moment. There's nothing going on. There's literally nothing going on. We were seeing the same fucking couple of fights over and over again. It's getting fucking boring. Like so,
Yeah,
no
you know
need to shake.
yeah, well, you know, you can see they're kind of trying. I mean, they had Azael move, you know what I mean, weight classes that kind of
Yeah.
stirred things up. But
But I'm kind of waiting to see if they're actually going to announce anything with him, though. I'm not too sure. Like, I know he said he's going down to 170, but whether the power above wants him to go down to 170, because he's a good middleweight. You know, they lose a lot by taking him out of the middleweight division. So
yeah, you know, I think they just yeah, with those 2 matches with Manny and Blackburn, they're just trying to stir things up a little bit and maybe put in new faces, things like that. But what's cool is you could definitely be one of those people that comes in and stirs things up, which is kind of cool.
yeah. I think Isaiah will do the same thing. It'd be interesting as well to see him. I'd like to see him at welterweight because I'd like to give it a test at one stage. But he does that zombie sleep. It's fucking unbelievable. I don't know how he does that. Fucking,
Dude,
he looks like he's gone and he's back awake again.
he really does, dude. He really does.
He does. It's crazy. Like some chin off.
No, he's got a rock for a chin right now for sure. So it's been a long time coming. I can feel the energy through what, you know, every time we, you know, DM chat back and forth, giving each other a hard time, things like that. I can feel the energy. I can feel that you're ready. And if it goes the way you want, you definitely should be able to leverage that moment and ask for whatever you want. And when those moments come, do you envision those moments, or you just take them as they come?
I kind of do a bit of both at the moment. You know, I like forward thinking. I like planning ahead and like knowing what I want to do. So like that's been my kind of in my mind at the moment. It's been that. I know it's a different hillbilly I'm gonna have to sleep this time, but I was planning on doing Hambo, then Debo, and that would have put me in my head. And like I can't like I've been talking to a few others. Even Debo admits himself like if I slept in like it should be me against Manny or it should be me against somebody up higher. So because it doesn't make any sense, you know, for me to go up against these other lads that couldn't do anything to him, and apparently he's unsleepable. So
Well, there's only one way to find out, right?
yeah, exactly. And he was fairly afraid when the two of us were together. So he knew himself. I still think he took the easy road out of season two. It's hard to explain what was going on behind the scenes and what was going on there, but like you know, he made weight. He could have went in. I was fucking in bits, like so. You know, like he could have went in, chugged a load of water, went back, he got something to eat. He chose to lie down and fucking go home. So.
I mean, and those are always things you got to deal with, right? I mean, you just don't know what's going to
that's the
happen.
fucking game like that.
So with you, it's more
I
like,
don't-
with you, it's more like you do like to know what's kind of coming down the pipeline so you can prepare.
Yeah, well, I like that. Yeah, I'm always kind of I'm gonna stay prepared now. Anyway, I'm never gonna. Nobody's gonna catch me on the hop like they caught me on season two. Like because there was a lot of stuff I had, like stuff I kept to myself. I didn't let anybody know about what was going on before that. So
Just like feeling
I'm not
ill or
one to
not on
make
your game,
excuses.
or
No, I just had a lot of personal stuff going on at home, and I had a knee injury as well, like that time. So it was kind of like you know nothing was kind of going in my favor, but at the same time, I wasn't gonna pull out. Like I wasn't. I signed to do something, and that was it. I was going over there regardless. Like so,
you were
I
gonna
just
you were
didn't
gonna
miss
miss the
didn't go my
opportunity.
favor. Like yeah, 100%. I'm glad I didn't know. You know, you might fucking have to deal with some troll and some fucking shy talk back and forth, but I don't. You know, like I don't care. Like they can come over here and find out my resume for themselves if they want. Like so, I don't have to worry about that. Like so,
You feel
one
like
of
it,
those things.
to some extent, you feel like you don't have to prove anything. You're just gonna keep going forward.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, of course I had something to prove in the slap game, but you know, like as far as lads want to talk about not being able to get hit, not being this and that, it's like you know, I've been hit with a lot worse than a slap. Like so, even though the slap looked pretty bad, like so, you know, I can't really say anything. So,
Yeah, it's funny because it always looks how it looks, but it really is up to the individual. Like, how do they actually feel? And all, and you're right, you can't really tell, and it's really up to that individual for sure. I mean, and you're coming from underground boxing, bare knuckles, shit like that. So it's not a matter of can you take the hit. It's just a matter of is it your night or not.
that's it, yeah, 100%. And I kind of know myself. I kind of keep reassuring myself that the same kind of thing is that as much as I don't want to use the excuse to everybody was like, I know I wasn't ready. Like I know that I'd stuck. Like even watching it back, I can just as the slow mo comes in, I can see my eyes kind of. What I was doing. I was looking down, like I wasn't biting down. I wasn't. And that's what happened. Like so,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is what it is. But I'm gonna when I eat a slap next time, I'm just like I have everything planned out. I know what I'm gonna do after I win. I know like loads of little things. I'm just gonna. Yeah, just
So
gonna.
when it's over, you already have a plan of what's gonna go down.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do as soon as it's finished. As soon as I knock his ass out, I know exactly what I'm doing.
So are you calling someone now, or are you just gonna go party?
No, I'm not gonna go party. No, I just have a little thing just I want to do after, and yeah, I get on the mic then. I can like I'm saying that's I don't want to overshoot. I'm not gonna go knock somebody who's not ranked out and start shouting for titles and stuff like that. Like I know I have some steps to take to get to where I want to be, but in my eyes, me and Debo's storyline is there. Like so, you know, there's a bit of excitement. People who want to see that fight. People I've had stuff over from the time I've been waiting, like putting up posts, like and like have people that I know they want to see me and Debo go out because we've had such a back and forth. So
So
yeah,
you
I think
you
that'll
feel
be a
like
good fight. And then
you feel like you and Debo are destined to meet.
yeah, 100%.
I
He
love
owes
it.
me it. He owes me it. You know, he has to take that little sleeper the same way I took it on the chin. So and like that, probably best for me then would probably be Manny or Julian after that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Hey man, how's that crypto scene doing for you? You doing all right?
Do good.
I was thinking of you the other day because oh fuck, dude, I don't follow it that much, but like everyone's posting about XRP now. This this cryptocurrency.
I've had XRP for fucking about 4 years, maybe more.
No shit. So, dude, how did you even get into that? Was it on a whim, or is it because you really do, from what I know, you really do take it as an investment and you take it serious, and it's not like this GameStop cross your fingers type shit. Like, how'd you get into
Yeah,
that?
I had GameStop. I had GameStop as well. Like I was in on the whole GameStop thing from the very start.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was there for the bubble. I was there for the bump. I was there for everything. And just kind of the same with the only thing I kind of missed was Bitcoin, but I still watched Bitcoin. So it started for me with Bitcoin. I remember I got an email off somebody and they're basically just trying to buy this. And I was like, the fucking scam, like. And then it kind of went on. Then that big jump went up, and it went up to the 12,000 or 15,000. Then it went up to 20,000, and then it dropped back down. So it was at like 6,000 or something like that. And I was over in Lebanon at the time, and I was just like getting paid a load of fucking money. So I was just lumping all my money on top of it, and I just fucking held it. Then from 6,000, it jumped up. Then I held it for around 40,000, and then
Whoa,
100,000 now. Yeah,
dude.
and stuff with the cryptos and stuff like that. I've made a lot of money off cryptos. Like that, I don't need it. Like I still work. Like like my money that I have that I've made from cryptos and even GameStop. That's for my kids. Like I'm not. That's not something I'll ever touch. Even my Bitcoin and stuff is there. Like I have a big portfolio there. And I'm not worried about. Like I don't use that money. I have money put aside to build something, to build a house, and the rest of that, the biggest chunk of it is for my two kids.
Well, that's incredible. So you literally kind of got into that game just from an email and then started following it and investing and
We used to buy crypto with off a site. Like so it's as easy to buy it now, but when we were buying it back in 2013, 2014, we had to download it onto memory sticks. So we were like
oh, for
buying
sure,
cryptos,
yeah.
we were putting onto memory sticks, yeah, yeah, and buying it through all these mad fucking circles you had to go through to get it. Like, but yeah, one of my buddies, he pretty much just him got me onto the rest of the cryptos and stuff like that. Like so, like Ethereum and stuff like that. I was buying Ethereum when it was $3, $4. Like so,
Wow. Well, that's cool. It's fun to get to know other people's interests and like side hustles, if you will, because they're so
yeah,
you can see the passion come out a little bit. So, dude, I think that's awesome. You kind of found a little groove
yeah.
in it.
It's all just due diligence as well. Like what and it's being at the right place at the right time. Like like a lot of people will try to jump in on Bitcoin now, whereas for me on Bitcoins, there's only 2% left of Bitcoin being like you're able to mine, and at that, like you have industry trying to mine this thing, like where it takes huge generation of power to try and mine it, and there's fuck all of it left. So once that's reached its cap, that's when you're going to see Bitcoin take off. That's what I'm holding out for. That's why I won't ever touch my Bitcoin now. That's there. I sold out on it a couple of them when it hit 45,000. That's a couple of years ago, and had fun with some money, but everything else now is just ride or die with it.
Dude, that's great. Yeah,
I paid off for GameStop. I see my GameStop turn from $700 to 140 something $1,000 in the space of a day. So I
that
laughed away with
now
that.
that is wild, man. That whole scene was wild, and the fact, like, I had a couple of buddies get in on
Yeah.
the GameStop thing, and well, that was
Oh,
that was
crazy. And
crazy.
same with AMC as well. And the whole thing that when it took off, everything took off. So I kind of held out for selling GameStop. I sold off everything else, waiting for GameStop to hit its peak, and then I just fucking pulled the plug on it, turned off my phone, left it. I said I don't want to see what happens because it's either gonna go one way or another. It's either gonna keep going or it's gonna fucking drop. So and lucky
Dude,
enough it dropped. Like so.
that's probably the best approach too. Just like do what you want to do, and then turn the phone off because you can't control it.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
myself and my brother were on the GameStop. He's a big Reddit head, so that's where we got the tip from Reddit.
Ah,
So
I see. And that's great, man. Well, sounds like, yeah, dude, sounds like you're just doing your thing. Life's going, how it should for you. I mean, life is life, but right now things are kind of in your momentum, and couldn't be happier for you, man. And can't wait to see you, take on Tyler, see how that plays out, the whole thing, your career in 2025, and yeah, just excited for you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
All right, before we go, we got to let the people know where they can find you.
You get me on _ the infamous 91 on Instagram. Hit me up there, shoot me a follow. Best place to get me.
Okay, fantastic. All right, man, let's let this thing upload. Actually,
Cool.
let's let this thing upload. Actually,
Yes. Let's get it done this time.
okay, hold on. All right, everybody. Look at the slap, son. We got the queen in the building. She's driving. She's thriving. She got fresh braids going all down her back. She's ready for this match. The most active female striker in power slap. Jackie, the hybrid, Cataline. What's up?
That was a really good intro. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, for everyone who's watching, listening, she took time out of her day. It's a crazy week for this woman, and she's given us some minutes, so we appreciate it. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So let's start with the braids.
Sure.
Who does them? What color are we going with this match?
I literally drive 3.5 hours to get them done. I drove to Vegas to do them because I was nervous that nobody in Saudi Arabia would know how to braid. So I was like, oh, I have to get it done before I leave. So this girl that I go to when I'm out here in Vegas, she does them for me. So,
dude, that's great. I know all about the hair game. That's what my wife does. So we got a salon. Look, Ali Sky Hair Studio. There we go. So
thanks.
we should probably shout out your hair girl. Let's make her day. Where can we find her on social?
I will post a picture and tag her page because I'm not sure what her page is. But yeah, I will tag her and then everybody go follow her. If you're in Vegas, get your hair braided. She does a really good job. I actually have extensions in my hair right now.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, God, I don't know if she's going to be able to braid my hair with extensions. But she did, and it looks good.
No, they look fire, man. No,
yeah.
I've been entrenched in the extension world for like 10 years. So whether I want to or not, I know all about that. So yeah, they look great. We go with, I'm looking at you right now, not the camera. Are they white and blue?
They're white and black.
White and black. Oh,
white and black. Okay, white and black because Max Crosby is going to be a Power Slap 11, and I'm a Raiders fan. And so I was like, fuck it, do white and black.
Dude, I love it. Well, Max, you better come high five this chick, man. See what
they a jersey, so I want it signed. So.
Oh, let's do it. Max, sign the jersey. What are we doing?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I had so much fun prepping for this interview. And actually, I jumped on the live that you had with Sheena yesterday, which was so much fun as well.
I tried to keep it professional.
No, I think you could tell it was, you know what's funny? It's one of those moments where it's like you can tell there's tension even just on camera.
Yeah, there definitely is.
And the fact that you guys aren't on main stage, I don't know. I feel like it was a main stage fight myself. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, the issue with being like the main event is like they have 2 title fights. There's no belt for us. So it's like they can't make that the main event when there's no belt on the line, when there's 2 other belts on the line. So I see why they did it that way. But yeah, I agree. I mean, this should be a main event fight. Everybody's anticipating to see if I can take her slap or if I knock her out again or she knocks me out. So, it's still going to be very watched.
No, absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. The reposting of the female matches is massive, right? So I'm sure it'll get main stage play, after it's over. So what's going on with the women's divisions? Are they working on certain weight classes to make that belt? Like, because we're seeing these matches, but there's no rankings or anything. What's going on with that?
So you see the matches, but you guys don't understand that it's weight classes. So all of these newer bouts, like Power Slap 10 that had the different women's bouts on them, they're all at different weights from me and Sheena. So they're trying to build the women's in general, and it's not necessarily building one division because we still only have the same amount of girls that are weight. They brought Paige is the same weight as us. She's at a weight class lower. So it's like there's just not enough depth to have a belt yet. We're going to be competing against each other until they start bringing people in at our weight. And hopefully they are working on that and they do that soon. But for now, there's no belt, and we'll just competing and hopefully drawing in huge numbers, and they want to give us a belt.
Yeah, I mean, it feels appropriate to make some sort of belt for you guys.
Yeah.
I think you really are the most active female striker in power slap. I mean, you've been on 6, 8, 9, now 11. Do you, physically, do you feel okay going that frequently and being so active?
I feel great. I don't feel like this takes any hard work for me, or like, because I do professional fighting and I'm fighting on top of power slapping. Like, I have this power slap on the 30th, and then I'm fighting on February 7th. So it's like, it's not as strenuous for me, for my body. Like, it's fun. It's something that keeps me active, and people are following me and doing all these things, but it's not really a lot on my body. And honestly, I haven't been rocked yet. So it's not even a lot on my brain. It's not like, I've been slapped 5 times, and this will be the 4th event. I've only been slapped 5 times. So it's not like anything crazy.
Yeah, when I saw you announce your fight on top of the power slap match, I was like,
yeah,
this girl's a savage, man. You're just going to keep going and keep going. I love it so much.
Well, it's not like nobody has a win in power slap and then a win in MMA within 1 week. So I could be the first one to do it.
Hey, Guinness Book of World Records. I think we just found a new category. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you've got 4 kids, yeah?
Yes.
Do they just love you for this? You got to be the coolest mom in the world, man.
I think it's normal. I think it's normal. So it's like, it's not anything out of the ordinary for them to watch me wrestle or fight, or the slapping's a little bit newer for them, just because, like, my son will be 16, my daughter's 13, so they're at that age where everybody's on TikTok and watching videos, and their friends tell them, like, oh, I saw your mom on TikTok, and, I'm not there to see how they react, but they seem to play very, like, mellow,
It's funny. So for our first power slap event, it was PS8, because I'm an MMA nerd. I have been since Couture Liddell 3, big time, and so I saw that Paige was making a debut. So I thought, I was asking my boys if they want to check it out. And my oldest, who's not that guy, he's not into, he's very academic, on and on. But he had saw on TikTok, and he's like, oh, I've seen that. So yeah, that definitely, brought us in, those kids looking at it on TikTok and scrolling, and, here we are. So that's cool. So your oldest is 16?
He'll be 16 in March.
Driving?
I have let him practice with me in the car, but no permit or anything yet. I think I'm going to put him in, like, one of those driver ed classes.
Gotcha. I ask because my oldest, he's going to graduate this year, but my middle son, he's going through driving right now, and it's terrifying. It's like,
it really is terrifying.
He's like, can we go driving, Dad?
It would be helpful for me to have him drive and know how to drive, but also that comes with, like, a whole set of different worries, like getting in an accident or driving while you're looking at your phone, and, just.
And he's like he's kind of a smaller guy too. So it's so hilarious to me. He, like, moves the seat forward and up and over the windshield. I'm like, bro, this is not real. You can't be driving yet.
Yeah.
No, it's fun, man. It's fun. I rewatched all your matches, and what I love about you is you're right. You really haven't been rocked. I mean, someone can literally club you. Someone can say that you had a foul on you. You can go with a war with Robin, and you're just still there. You're still standing, wanting more. And I feel like that's really going to help you going into this rematch with Sheena. Do you feel the same way, or do you just feel like it's another match, not a big deal? Or do you have a sense of adrenaline to get after it again with Sheena?
I really think there's a sense of adrenaline. I'm not really nervous. It's more of like, I need to put a stamp on what I already did, and let her smack me and eat it, and her feel those nerves, like, oh fuck, I couldn't put her down, and now she's gonna slap me back. So it's more of like putting a stamp on all the people that talk shit, like, oh, you clubbed her to have to win, and not that I clubbed her intentionally, like it was my first time doing it and I didn't train for it. I took it on 2 weeks notice. So it's like, whether I clubbed her or not, I knocked her out gnarly. And, now that I have a little bit of, technique and a little bit more time in the stage, she didn't compete this entire year. She hasn't competed since me and her competed.
That's
so
true.
There's going to be that ring rust. There's going to be all those nerves for her. Like, I already knocked you out once, So I feel pretty relaxed about the whole situation and just going out there and having fun and doing the same thing that I did last time. And, I think the pressure's more on her.
I kind of we're actually going to be speaking with her tomorrow, but I agree with you. People can say what they want, but if you don't have those tries at the podium to keep going and being continually in the sport, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. It's more on her to come with confidence and showcase she hasn't lost a step.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that after this match, however it goes, but let's say it goes your way, it goes the way we want it, right? Do you feel like you've for sure established yourself as the female striker?
Man, I think I've already done that. I feel like it's not it is about the slapping, but I feel like it's more about like people want to see if you can take a slap. And I feel like I've established that. And obviously they know I can knock people out. They know I can slap legal and win a match. They know like my match with Robin was a good match between me and her, and and she won the decision. And obviously we don't ever want to let it go to the refs because who knows what the hell they're looking at. So it's it's like I think I've established every single thing in slap that I need to. And really I didn't ever really want to be a slapper. So it's like, I'm just having fun doing it. So
no, I love that. And you can tell that too in your matches. You really are, Jackie, you're pretty calm. You're just taking care of business, doing your thing. And with all your other fighting experience, when it comes to actually doing the slap, do you feel like you need to train specifically for that? Or is it just a matter of eye on the target because of all the other training that you do?
Honestly, I don't really train for it at all. I train my regular MMA, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, all of these things. It's really more about an accuracy thing. It's like getting in the right spot is really what's going to win you the match. Because I already have the power, I have the torque, I train constantly, always in fight camp. So it's not really anything outside of what I'm already doing and that I feel like I need to do. And so I do practice my accuracy. I practice, like, I have a bob that has the face and the body. And so I practice swinging on that, just more of like placement of where my hand is landing. And I think that's really all that I needed.
No, I like that. I think that's true because it really does just come down to the accurate. However you train, it really does come down to that accuracy that you're talking about. Everyone talks about you just have to find that button. You got to find that button. Yeah. And, let's be real. That might be an advantage because you're not really worried about how to strike or how to place. It's just finding that actual target.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. So after this match, I'm curious, like, what do you want out of the slap game? There's people I've talked to that literally just got off the couch and it was like this weird bucket list thing. And then you talk to the others who are taking it a bit more serious. They have these goals and want to build up, their own brand. Other people feel like if they're getting a lot of eyeballs on them, they can build something else in conjunction with it. For you, what is it that you want out of the slap game?
Obviously, everybody knows that my goal is to go to the UFC. The only reason that I stepped onto a power slap stage is because Dana White is the owner of power slap. And for me, it was a good business move to just get in front of him competing, doing whatever the hell it is, just to have those eyes on me. Now, obviously, he knows that I fight. I talked to him before my last fight, and, he knows that is the goal. That's what I'm trying to do. And so I feel like with one, maybe two more MMA wins, my record will look good enough to get a contract with the UFC. So that's kind of why I'm doing both. I'm staying relevant in his it's his baby right now. He's super into it. He loves power slap. So just kind of, staying in the eyes that I need to stay into to get to where I'm trying to go, which is the UFC, and obviously building a brand for myself and, building incomes outside of having to compete, because I'm 36, I'm not doing this shit forever. Like, I need to have other incomes that are created through this, so that when I'm done, I still have, again, and I don't have to beat up my body.
Yeah, no. And wow, what a way to achieve that or work towards that goal. You're literally in front of the man, right? Like you said. And so, and the fact that it is his baby right now, he's all about slap. I'm excited for you because I mean, let's be real. That's going to happen, right? Like, you're going to get in the UFC.
Yeah, it's inevitable at this point with how active I'm staying and how dominant my last couple of fights have been. I mean, I've watched the UFC girl fights and I'm not fucking impressed at all. So it's like, there's no reason why I should not be in there. You know what I mean? So, and it really is. It's very political. It's getting in front of the right people, getting, like having the right manager and all of these things. And for me, I don't have a manager. I do all my own stuff. Every single thing that I do, I've done on my own. So it's like in my people and, my family and stuff, but I don't have somebody that manages for me. So just already being in front of him and doing this is like, there's no way that he cannot do it now.
Yeah, no, for real. I mean, and you do everything on your own as well. That's impressive. Does it get nerve-wracking at all when you're talking about negotiations and things like that? Or are you just...
rather do it on my own, at least percentage of something that I do myself.
Hey, can't argue with that. Well, so this year, you got an exciting year ahead of you then. I mean, you got this rematch coming up. But yeah, I'm excited to watch this unfold and, eventually see you in the octagon. That's incredible.
Yeah. Well, I am actually fighting for Invicta. I'll be on Invicta 60, February 7th. So 1 week after I do the slap, I'll be in Atlanta fighting MMA.
Yeah,
so
that's so
I mean,
cool.
Yeah, the trajectory is there,
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Is there anything left that you feel like you need? I mean, you might be leaving on a plane tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. But is there anything left tomorrow? So is there anything left you feel like you need to prep before you get out there? Or you just feel like I'm ready? Let's do this shit.
I need to pack. I haven't done that yet. So I got to do that. I got my hair done. But yeah, they sent us a pretty long email about what we can and can't wear. So it's like, I live in California. It's always warm. I wear, clothes that are appropriate for Saudi Arabia. So I might have to go shopping and get some stuff that covered my entire skin. I don't know.
Isn't that wild how you can just,
Yeah.
I mean, every culture is different, but it's still wild to me to think that people still live like that.
It's very crazy. It's very traditional there too. So it's a lot more strict than when we were in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, really? It is more strict than Abu Dhabi. Because I was going to say, when I was talking with Chelsea, she was saying how they had to dress a certain way, and you had to get permission to post certain photos of different buildings, things like that. So, wow, Saudi's going to be a bit more tied down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
So how does that look?
I'm excited. I'm super excited to be going over there and just experience. I love to travel and experience other cultures. I actually have a layover in Turkey, so I'm excited to eat their food.
You can the only thing I know about Turkey is the guy on YouTube that does the ice cream, and that's because of my boys. There's some there's some ice cream guy that has like millions of followers. He just dances around with ice cream cones. So I mean, if you
wrong profession,
dude, for real. Have you ever? My kid watches the YouTube where they like open up toys and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? This lady's making $40 million a year, and we're like, what's wrong with the world, Jackie?
I know, it's insane.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm so excited for you. I really am. We've tried to have you on a few times, so thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
And we're so pumped for this card. They keep adding fights like every day, it feels like, and very excited to see you. And thanks for coming on, everybody. If you're not watching January 30th, we've established this. You're crazy. You're crazy. Yeah. If you don't watch these fights, you're out of your mind. Very excited. We'll all tune in. And before we go, though, Where can everyone find you on social, like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok?
Instagram, Jackie the Hybrid Cataline. I also have Facebook, but I use that mainly just for so yeah, just the Instagram is the main one for me. And make sure to tune in January 30th, live and free on Rumble. Download it on your phone. Go. Everybody should watch it.
All right. Hey, thank you again so much, and we'll let this thing upload.
All right. Thank you.